The streets of Wuhan, China were quiet during the coronavirus outbreak as the city was under lockdown. Scientists believe the source of the infection was a wild animal, narrowing the search down to a bat. When it comes to bats, these mammals have a history of passing potentially deadly pathogens on to humans. The 2002 outbreak of SARS and the 2013 to 2016 Ebola epidemic are both linked to bats. But another species has also proven to be effective at spreading disease to humans: mosquitoes. In the 1970s, the mosquito-borne illness dengue fever was believed to be present in just 9 countries worldwide. But because of urbanization and air travel, dengue has now spread to at least 100 nations. It is especially prevalent in Brazil, where doctors are on the lookout for any revealing signs.
A pessoa chega com dor de cabeça, dor nos olhos, dor no corpo, náusea, vontade de vomitar, às vezes com diarreia. Isso é um quadro assim mais ou menos típico de virose de um modo geral. Virose é um quadro mais amplo, mas que a gente tem por obrigação de descartar a possibilidade de que isso seja dengue.
Around the world, outbreaks of dengue have been increasingly dramatic over the last several years. One study estimates that globally there are almost 400 million dengue infections each year. Of these, more than 20,000 will result in deaths, mainly children. But the sheer number of those infected in Brazil and the cost of treating people has prompted authorities here to try a very different approach in battling the problem. It involves doing something that might at first appear counterintuitive. Twice a week in this remote community in northeast Brazil, these specialists let loose hundreds of thousands of mosquitoes. But these are no ordinary insects. They've been genetically modified, designed to decimate their own populations. These genetically modified or GM mosquitoes will meet their counterparts in the wild. The resulting offspring are programmed to die before reaching adulthood.
Aqui no começo, né, que ficava soltando os mosquitos, né, no carro, soltando aqui no bairro, todo mundo ficava com medo, achava ruim, né, ficava bastante com medo, por causa dos números dos casos do mosquito da dengue, ficava com medo. Aí falava mal, todo mundo pensava mal, mas hoje, graças a Deus, ninguém sim fala mais, ninguém.
People here have long done what they can to protect themselves from insect bites and the threat from the dengue virus. But now, they are all part of a pioneering experiment.
We studied quite a lot this mosquito inside the lab before we put this mosquito outside in the field. So we are pretty sure how it works and are confident that there's no damage using them in the field. And definitely I think it can help humanity to get rid of any kind of disease. Just a matter of what to do and how to do it and do it properly.
The mosquitoes are bred inside this nearby lab. It produces 4 million GM mosquitoes a week. Feeding time is elaborate. Cotton pads are first given the flavor of human flesh, then soaked in pig's blood. The dish is warmed to body temperature and then served. One precaution the scientists take is to only release male mosquitoes, which do not bite humans. The sexes are easily divided because female pupae, or so-called tumblers, are slightly larger than males. In just 6 months, the population of the dengue-carrying mosquitoes dropped almost 90% in this community. Similar releases are happening in the United States, where Florida health officials are trying to protect the public from the mosquito-borne Zika virus.
This modified mosquito project that we're doing has had more success at reducing the population of Aedes aegypti than any other tool in existence.
The disease can be passed from a pregnant woman to her baby and cause serious birth defects.
I'm going to try to catch it before it dives.
In 2019, more than 60 cases were reported in the U.S. More than 30 of them were in Florida. The Aedes aegypti mosquito is known to spread the virus. Back in Brazil, Rio is trying another type of experiment. Over a period of a few days, 10,000 mosquitoes are being released. These are not genetically modified. Instead, they've been infected with a bacterium called Wolbachia. It's present in 60% of the world's insects, but not naturally in the mosquito. Once infected with the bacterium, the mosquito's ability to transmit the disease is impeded. Within 10 weeks, the mosquitoes that are unable to pass on viruses become predominant in the release area.
E a gente solta, né, fêmea e macho, e eles vão para dentro de casa à procura de alimentos, né? E à procura de cruzar para depois desovar também. Que é o objetivo, é desovar o máximo possível para poder criar as prole com bactérias, né, para poder substituir os da natureza.
The team keeps careful records of where the insects are set free.
São cerca de 800 casas e a cada 4 casas liberamos um copinho com cerca de 50 mosquitos cada.
The World Mosquito Program is working in communities across the world to protect against mosquito-borne diseases. Australian researchers pioneered the bacteria method to protect against mosquito-borne diseases like dengue, Zika, and yellow fever. Currently, it has projects underway in dozens of countries around the world, including Brazil, India, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, and Vietnam. The World Mosquito Program says dengue cases are significantly lower in communities they've treated than in those that were not. In the battle to overcome and even prevent some of the world's most prevalent diseases, there is hope that what was once seen as simply the enemy may yet become an important ally.